Hi Gilbert, I'm just looking at your idea here. I'm liking it. I think it looks good. Um, it looks like you pulled this off Pexels, which is great because that means it's high resolution. The image of you looks pretty good. Um, we might want to go back into the mask by double clicking on this little thumbnail here. It takes us into the selected mask. As you can see, we have different options here. We have layer mask down here in the output too. Let's change the feather on you just a little bit. Let's just feather you out just a little bit. Let's do a Command plus here. I'm going to use this tool here, the brush tool, and I'm going to subtract. Oh, my brush is really large. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. And I'm just going to subtract some of this stuff from oh, I'm getting a little too, and I have my brush is not hard at all, so I'm going to actually go in and just use a harder brush on this. And just try and kind of clean up this edge here. There's some issues here. I don't know if I got that all the way turned out. Okay. All right. And yeah, the feather is helpful. Like I said, we can feather this out. There's some weird stuff happening when I do that. Don't want to go too far with the feather. I think I might have bit into your face a little too far there too, but yeah, something maybe just cleaning that up and feathering it a little bit, making sure that's on layer mask, push OK, and then we can go back into and one thing we could do with this layer too is make sure we click on this layer to highlight, we don't want to click on that or this, we just want to click on right here over here to highlight that. And then let's do a Command T on our keyboard. And then let's just size you up in the canvas because you are getting cut off on the edges and it just looks weird. So I would say let's just size you up in the photo. This is the move tool. I'm gonna maybe try and get your head to crop there too because now it doesn't look quite so awkward. And we can do Command T on this layer too. Oops, I'm on the wrong layer. Need to get on this Pexels layer. Command T, and let's just make this bigger too and position it, the way you wanted it. Maybe you wanted that tower really over your, right in the middle maybe or something. Push return. So that's looking pretty good. You have the background filled in, which is good, but maybe you might need to, I don't know, bring in something behind here or something. I mean, you technically, let's see, this layer doesn't really count. I don't know what it is. You might want to delete that. But you really only have 3 layers. You're supposed to have 4, and you're supposed to have 2 clipping masks. I don't know if this one really counts as a clipping mask. Maybe it should. But I would say, bringing in another element. I do kind of like the white, but I think maybe just a couple more things in here. Maybe something different over your eyes. You might have to make, maybe do another file place embedded. Or maybe just copy this by dragging it over the little plus sign. And maybe let's unlink this and we can delete that. And let's turn off all the other layers. And you could come in here and you could actually go in and just maybe just erase everything but you could use the eraser tool and you could just erase everything but your eyes. And then maybe change the color on them. This is just a really kind of a rudimentary way of doing this. You could do a different treatment, and then you could just do like maybe, I don't know, maybe you could do something to this layer, like just to this layer is what I was thinking, but I don't know. It might affect all of the layers. But if this was on top of everything, yeah, it's not working on that. Could maybe do like a different, different effect on that. I didn't erase everything, obviously, but you could potentially, just kind of just bring in the eyes. I mean, I'm doing not a very good idea. Not a very good job here, but yeah. So I went ahead and kind of finished it up. I mean, it's not much of a difference, but I did do, I have your eyes erased, or everything but your eyes erased, and I did an overlay. I could probably do a better job with this. I could probably add in different things besides this. Obviously, if I were you, I would go a little bit closer to the eyeball, right up against it. Maybe obviously make the size of the eraser a lot smaller so that you can really get in there and be very accurate and go around the edge of the eye really well, so that you're just getting the eyeball itself. But you could do some kind of cool color treatments to the eye, and that would count as like maybe another element that you're kind of bringing into the composition. That doesn't look great, but you know what I'm saying. You could do that to your eyes. You could add in something into the background as well. Anyway, I'll let you kind of figure out what else you want to kind of add to this, but I think this is a great start.